Wake up. Wake up. Wakey, wakey, little one. Come on now. I didn't give you anything last night. You went to sleep all on your own. That's my little one. Welcome to the land of the living. Again, welcome back to reality. Don't care, dearie. You do remember where you are, right? Don't you? No, you're not asleep. You can't fool me. You're awake and you're in your special room, the one I prepared just for you. That's right. You're tied up and tied down in my lair. Get it? Up and down? Why don't you ever appreciate my sense of humor? You know, you should lighten up a bit. Didn't you know that? So, back to my question. You do know where you are right now, right? Yep. Thought you did. Nope. No rest for the wicked, because the wicked have to keep after people like you. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go through with the whole scene for you, right? Like always. Okay then. At least we understand each other and the rituals. Do you remember Friday? It might be a little fuzzy for you now. You came home from work late, just like always. You work too hard, don't you know that? You you beat yourself up way more than I ever could. Anyway, you came home late again, and I was there across the street in my car, watching you through your windows, like always. You went in, and I infer from the elapsed time until I saw you through the window again that you changed, took a shower, probably, and then I saw you again as you went back into the kitchen and made dinner of some ghastly prepackaged garbage that's not good for you at all, and washed it down with the usual diet soda. You don't eat like you should, don't you know that? If it wasn't for me, you'd probably be dead from malnutrition already. So, why don't you reflect on that for some time? You might actually owe your life to me, and in more ways than one. So, getting back to our ritual, reminding you where you are, after I watched you eat that thing over the sink, no less. Oh, you make me mad sometimes. The way you disrespect your body belongs to me, don't you know that? So, anyway, God, your bad habits are distracting. So, after that, you went into your living room, as if you could call that living. You put on an old movie from your collection of old movies, just like always. Do you know that I know every single one of those movies on your shelf? Sure. Every title, every plot, every ending. Do you know I've analysed those sections and I know what they all have in common? Do you know? They've told me a lot about what goes on inside your head. And I have to say, I don't like it. You spend far too much time in a fantasy. You spend far too much time wishing. Far too much time waiting. You're much too passive, don't you know that? Anyway, I waited while you watched yet another one of those sad movies. Well, I did go get a sandwich and some iced tea though, because I knew that you'd still be there when I got back. I know exactly how long that movie runs. I know how long all of them do. So there you were, when I got back, still sitting in the dark. And after the movie ended, you turned out the few lights you had on. Do you know, you ought not to sit in the dark like that staring at a bright screen. It's not good for your eyes. And all that gloom is not good for your mind. It's depressing. And it depresses me to see you do that to yourself. You belong to me. I'll have you take better care of your soul, if you don't mind. Oh, Where was I? Yeah, so you went up to your bedroom. I saw the usual light in the bathroom. You do brush your teeth before bed, I'll give you that. Then that light was gone, and the whole house was dark, and I waited. And then I knew it was time. I went up to your front door, used my key. I was very quiet going up the stairs to your room. I went in, and I knew from the sound of your breathing that you were fast asleep. I stood over you as you were lying there, and I thought about how little you seemed to have to live for, and I wanted to cry for you. But I couldn't make a sound, could I? So I blame you for making me not cry for you when you need someone to cry for you. You owe me there for that. Well, anyway, I took the chloroformed handkerchief out of its jar and pressed it over your face until I knew you'd not be waking up again for some time. I've gotten pretty buff dealing with you. So, carting your inert form downstairs and out to the trunk of my car wasn't any challenge. Neither was lugging you inside my place and putting you down right here. If you ate better, you might be more of a challenge, don't you know that? That was Friday night. You woke up very late on Saturday. It was boring waiting for you to become conscious again, but your body and mind needed sleep, and as your owner, I understand that even better than apparently you do. When you woke up, I made you a late but big breakfast with only the most healthful and fresh ingredients I had. Then I read to you for a while, and then I put you back to sleep. You love milkshakes, and you can't tell when it's laced with. Well, let's skip the pharmaceutical detail, shall we? When you woke up again, it was very late. Such is the degree of sleep deprivation you allow yourself to fall into. And I have to say, right now, it makes me very cross with you. You simply must try to take better care of yourself. But I'm here, and I'll fix you up. Anyway, I fed you again. You ate like you'd been starved for weeks, and frankly, you probably were practically starved for the nutrients that you were missing from the trash you put into yourself. So I got you all fed, and I read to you some more. It's a good thing Dickens wrote such long books. Then, when it was getting dark, I saw that you had fallen asleep all on your own, and I was so proud of you. You slept long and deep, my dear, and now it's early Sunday afternoon. You know what that means? In a moment, I'll untie you, and then I'll leave you alone. Use the bath, shower, whatever. But don't look for me. Just go home. There. The knots were simple and they were loose. You could escape at any time you wanted to. You know that, don't you? Just like you know that you need me. Just like you know that you really belong here with me. You know you ought to be mine 7 days a week. But I'll settle for this, for now, and I'll be here to rescue you from yourself, from your work, from your sadness. Well, I'm going now. I'll be there again Friday to capture you and carry you away from your bondage to your work. If it wasn't for me, you'd work yourself to death through the weeks and the weekends and feel guilty for not doing even more. But I save you from that. I take you away and keep you here, and you can let it all go without any guilt. Because it's my fault you don't work all weekend. Shh. I know. You're working to build a future, one that we can share someday. And I'll continue to do my part too. You can always count on me, dear. I'm your part time Yandere.